I was thinking about my squirrel friends outside and how I think it's so cute that we're on we're on like a mutual trust understanding that if they come up to the window and they like stare in and give me their cute little like hands like this, then I feed them. And it's pretty much a very much trust basis. Like if they see me and I see them, I know they're asking and I go and give them food. And that made me think of something. It made me think of trust. And let me see because I just started thinking about this. I haven't said this out loud yet, so I don't know how the words are going to sound, but I started thinking about like childhood, and because what they're asking for is food. Food is like, it's very important. It's like, I know that they can get food elsewhere, but I'm thinking about children, and I'm thinking about consistency. If you have a child who grows up and anytime they're hungry, their parent can't or doesn't feed them when they're hungry, it creates a trust issue. Because it just does. If you ask the parent or if you ask the child what is happening, neither would be able to articulate that it's a trust issue, but it is. So then the child harbors that, and then they have like basically like an insecurity always. Not just about food, but I guess I'm talking about the early years, formative years, and meeting expectations, like having the caregiver meet the expectations of the young child. And if those expectations are not being met, it creates trust issues. It creates a wound, and it creates an insecurity to have inconsistent parents. It could be about anything. Maybe it's about quality time. Maybe it's about, like food security is one. Yeah, like I think that's the difference between trauma and not trauma. Like in a household where you had no trauma, then you have reliable caregivers. Reliability. Oh yeah. When you're a child and you have no one to rely on, or at least an inconsistent reliability, that causes a severe wound that manifests in ways that us adults, can't even comprehend. Yeah, and how do you remedy such a trust issue if all of a human's life growing up, their formative years, there was never consistency, never one person to offer that. What is this? Someone's gotta know what this is, because I can't form my words. That is so hard. It's like a program that has to be broken, or like not broken, because I mean the person's already broken, but it has to be reprogrammed. You have to reprogram your brain to understand that your circumstance growing up is not always the same. As long as you get yourself in a new environment where you surround yourself with people who can be trusted. I'm not there yet. I'm vibrating high. I'm taking care of everything that I need to take care of. I haven't met my soul tribe yet. But in this introspection, it helps me to have hope that my programming growing up doesn't have to be the end all be all. But it's nice to know, I'll just speak for myself. It's nice to know that, like, I think a big wound of mine from my childhood was inconsistency and unreliability. The inability to be able to rely on another human being. I've never been able to do that consistently. So it's really made me it's caused me to have to create this shell around me, protective shell, because no one else is going to protect me. Only I have that ability, is what I've learned. And so, but the shell sort of like repels good people and bad people. Bad people, that's good, that's fair. But I have such trust wounds that it's hard to break out now, because I feel that everyone will let me down, because that has been the pattern of behavior my whole life. This is why I guess what I think the takeaway is that we need to cherish our children. I think more education should be put into child development. Like when kids are going to school for 8 hours, 7 hours a day, 5 days a week for like 9 months a year, they should be teaching kids about psychology instead of algebra. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think math is important, but what is more important is making sure that we are solid beings. We have all of our needs met. If you don't have your needs met, how are you supposed to do any higher learning? It's very hard.